Mic test, mic test. Mic test, mic test. All right, so we just want to talk about a couple of things, right? It's going to fit ABCD, EFG, HIJK, URS, UUV. And it's so massive. But let's start talking about a couple of things that we have to address. I don't understand why it sounds so like out of like I don't know. I'm gonna turn up on volume. So basically, I'm doing a test right now just to see how I can go. Um, my volume on my mic is like it's great. See if I can static. Let me see how this sounds. I don't understand why it sounds so staticky. I'm just trying to let me see input. Can't get a clear. How it sounds now? Think it sounds better or better maximum input? Let's see. That's for music. Don't have the music for it. And if I turn it up too high like this right here is going to be like if I even tap on the table, it's going to even sound through there. How about the gain? The gain is good, but if I keep it like this is going to be perfect or what? Must be good. Let me see something. If I turn up, let me see if I turn up the high, what will happen? Yeah, so I gotta keep it consistent. I know, not really a podcast or anything like that to the point right yet, but I'm trying to get this volume right. This is really like one thing that's slowing me down for even starting my podcast. It might sound too loud out there for somebody else, so I'm trying to get that clear. And I don't know if this mixer right here is actually the right one. It's just like it's really pissing me off. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, it's like it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack with this thing, man. I don't know if my voice is too raspy or something like that. Whereas, let's see if I click. I don't know if this might sound a little better or what, but it's like, you know, I said this is trials and tribulations of trying to get things working right? If I was computer inclined, that would be all right. But we're just gonna have to take it one day at a time. So, let me see how that sounds. It sounds better. I don't know. It's a little raspy in my ears. But usually before, like when I used to talk kind of crazy, it used to be all loud and everything and stopping and going and like it wouldn't even pick up everything like that. It would like break down. So one day if I yell like this, would it be okay? Or is it gonna break up? It kind of sounds good. Um, don't know. You definitely can hear that knocking, right? But neither here nor there. But what are we trying to do? We're trying to start a little podcast and everything like that. So it's going to, I think it's going to shake up a little things in the industry where we're trying to go into and see what's going on. We're gonna have to back this camera up a little bit and adjust that. So I got to talk to a couple of people, see what we can do, and get this thing going. Got to get a facial. Hmm. But yeah, I think I got a couple other people. Got a little thing that we can get going. Now I wonder if I put the music, how would that sound? I mean, we don't need no music for this, but definitely, want to see how that sound with it. Sound like a little clear, still something. I'm just mumbling, you know what I mean, trying to get this thing going. So, but the crazy thing about it, though, right? Let me see max input. Let's see how that sound. What's going on with that? That sound like it's a total change in the system. I mean, I will have to get some people that to really work with me to see how I can break it down. Yeah, that's way too much. Let's see. How about right there? How that sounds? I think it might be the right pitch. It might be the right thing, but we're just gonna talk and see how things go. I don't understand why I got. Let me see something. How about this pitch? This pitch sounds good to you? Nah, it sounds like it's breaking up to me. All right, let's bring that back down. Let's try something else. Sorry, change. I don't know something wrong. Whatever. Let's see. You can hear this in my voice. Oh yeah. Damn. Yeah. See, I gotta get a little more deeper. Let me see. Sound like a robot, man. I don't want to sound like a robot. I want it to be just authentic as pos- as possible. So maybe if I turn all these down and see if I turn up the gain, would that work? No. All right, let me turn up to the low. Can't turn up the low too much. All right. So the lows sound like I'm a drunk. All right. So let's tone that down a little. Bring up the mid. Yo, here we go. Okay, the mid is up. And what about the highs? The highs sound like I'm just smoke. Smoking. Yeah, so at least I know what to fuck around with. All right, let's see something else. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Nah, noise suppression is down. Okay, so let's, I do hear it a little bit in the background. How about this right here? Is it smooth voice or what? No, let me turn on this low. Oh, the gain is up. How about now? Yeah, I think this is a little too low. Oh, let's see how this one here sound now. This might be a little something here and there. Don't know. There. And turn this up. What do you think about that? Think the volume is good or what? How about now? You think that's good? Or that's just a little bit too much? That might be just right. Don't know. Let me see. Once again, let me turn up the low just a little bit. But everybody, right there. And then turn this one up. Up. That's the mid. The mid is so high. Wow, that's crazy. But then again, it sounds good. Gotta let's see if I adjust this and see what happens. Sound like I just missed it right there. Nope. What am I missing? See if I turn it down right there. How that sound? Yeah, the gain once the gain go down, everything is down. So I gotta turn it up, like say right about there. How about down? Does it sound good? Or it's kicking back? Yeah, it's like I can kick it back. You know? But it's like I got that like a frog in the throat type of situation. I think this might be it. This is your boy. We working. We out here today from over here from Terminal One from JFK. We rocking out with everybody over here. We doing the double moves. Yeah, I think I like this one right here. What do you think, people? Think this right here would cut it? I'm thinking it would. Well, all we got to do now is just set up a couple of things. Like I said, we out here. I'm in North Carolina now, so we had to make a little move, a little testimony though. Let me tell you something, man. God is good. God is extremely good to us. You understand what I'm saying? We gotta understand the path that we take in life. It can lead us to a lot of things, a lot of places. Um, put us on our journey, put us on our path. I'm not really a good talker to all this here. I'm just a straightforward guy. You know what I mean? I ain't with all the word play and all this buff. You know what I mean? I just straightforward, so layman's terms, so you can understand. I dealt with a lot of people in my time, you know, in my career. Matter of fact, on that ramp, that you have to really like have that medium. You gotta just talk simple, plain, straight to the point, and hopefully they grab it, they grasp it. But what I'm trying to say is just basically like you walk down this road with the Lord, you know what I mean? And you got to understand some things when I look like it's going to happen for you right then and there, but the path, the journey, and everything is what makes it though. And when you finally arrive, you definitely will love it. I mean, if you realize that you actually paved it for yourself in a sense, you know what I mean? So it's like basically me, for instance, I business one at Terminal One doing what I'm doing. My work speaks for itself. Of course, you got your haters out there that want to be like you, but they can't get to your level because they can't sacrifice or do what you need to be done to get the job done. You know, and as we get out here, we get a little older. We are the last generation, man. We are seriously the last generation out here right now that's basically they're basically putting in that work. You know, so all I could say is just that as we out here do what we do, we basically work hard as hell. We don't give up. We focus on our mission. We're determined to knock it out. And you know, looking at this new generation now, they're lazy as fuck. And when I'm talking about lazy as fuck, they're lazy. It's like they want things handed to them left and right. So with that being said, I don't know. We just gotta, if we in the position, we're around anybody that the young generation, and we gotta we gotta like reboot them. When I'm talking about reboot them, I'm talking about like you gotta like big them up, man. You like I mean, no, not even big them up. You gotta install like the work ethics, what it means, how to do it, how to go about it, how to look at it, because they just think like things are just supposed to be given to them, and it's crazy. I mean, we all did that. I don't know, man. I see the youngest come in there, man. They don't even put in their 2 weeks. They just, I mean, especially out here, it's like different. These people here, the smiling face, yeah, I'll be at work tomorrow, and if boom, they gone. That shit crazy. You know what I mean? Back out in the spot over there, Terminal One, man. You know what I mean? Guys put in their 2 weeks, they ride it out. They do what they got to do. Because you never know if the grass is green on the other side. You never know. And you need to come back because you already know the people, you already know the work, but you ain't put in that 2 weeks. Then after that, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Not even gonna do that. I said, I'm only testing this out right now. So, I ain't gonna do that. So, I'm gonna have to step it up, get the stream yard off of this thing here, and basically, I'm gonna have to get a case. My girl said that you need to, exfoliate your face. But being on that ramp out there, man. Two tone, call me two tone. That's gonna be what it is. Two tone. We working too hard. Two tone, bro. But it is what it is. I'm gonna get this thing here up and running and popping. Just gonna have to, you know, deal with it. But we're gonna answer some questions. We're gonna have some good guests up here too, and everything like that to help us out. So stream the save correctly to make sure that we do it right. You know what I mean? So we're gonna promote this. We're gonna do a lot of things. So just be prepared. You know, we're gonna take this to another level, and we're gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? They got a couple of these big time creators out here. Like I said, I'm not no creator. We just two friends, best friends out here. We just over here trying to basically talk about what we experience in our lives on the ramp that nobody talks about. You know what I mean? I think it's a good idea to get it out there. You know what I mean? People can call in and they can do their own show. I mean, well, not their own show. They can come on this show and they can talk about it. I mean, we're just going to make sure that we don't mention no names. We're just going to have our experience. And for all the rampers out there, you know, for below wing, below wing will understand tremendously. They would get it instant. But, you know, above wing, you know, you are cousins. You are cousins. And, you know, you understand too as well. So we're going to get everybody up here, man. We're going to have a nice little, as this show grow. I reach out to some people, you know, depending on the topic and stuff like that. We have them come in and we have them talk, you know. And we got to get it. We got to get one thing that we all know that's on that rap that we holding that damn X. Are we ready for a push? What the hell the pilots be doing up here, man? We out there freezing our ass off or baking our ass off, whatever we do. You know how it is. We try to get their attention like, yo, come on, let's go, man. You know what I mean? You had enough time at the gate. Or just let us go, man. Just, you know what I mean? Just sit there, do whatever you got to do, but let us go. For real. Like, but sometimes y'all be stalling, man, and we over there, we got to use the bathroom, we got to do baking, freezing, or we trying to get lunch before the next flight comes. So if y'all see this, man, you got to make sure you got to just like look out for us, man. Look out for the low wing guys, the ramp. We don't need to be standing out there. You know what I mean? I know sometimes, you know, you want to talk about your family and do little checks here and there and everything, which is right. You know, you want to make things safe, but bro, come on, don't hold us out there like that. But like I said, my name speaks for itself, and this is a tribute to my little brother, G Money, and Money We Trust. You already know, love you, bro. You know what I mean? You never be forgotten. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna live on with your name, bro. You made it pop. You know what I mean? You made this thing, bro. And you know how it's installed in all of us in the family. We're gonna work. We're gonna do our thing. We're gonna get high. We're gonna go to our highs. We'll go to our lows and everything. But we still stay and we still pick up each other and motivate each other and everything to do what we gotta do. So you know how it go. But yeah, we're gonna make this pop. So I'm gonna bring on my boy Big B. You know what I mean? Or Mr. Bones, however you want to call it, like James Bond. You know what I mean? My boy there. You know, I mean, he's a specialist in all types of different areas. Got great knowledge. Me, you know what I mean? I just fly by the fence, man. Just call me the autopilot. Nah, don't even call me. Call me the kamikaze. Call me the kamikaze. You know what I mean? You know, I just impulse guy. But I'm about to get out of here, and you know, just wait for the show, man. So probably, you know, we trying to think of a name of it. we got something already called the double move. Most of you guys probably know about it. Who supervisors out there when you got one plane that you're at the gate with, you got to push that out, and then the other plane's on the ground and ready to come in. So that's the whole essence of the double move. You got to push that out to hold. Sometimes you got to leave the tractor there, run back, bring in the other aircraft, and then run back out, and then bring that up to the spot one, and then come back and do it all over again. You know. So we like the NASCARs, the Indies, pulling it up into the pit stop, and that's how we run. We change that shit out in an hour and a half. And you got people, you got the passengers, y'all go to wherever y'all going. I mean, connect whatever you connect and having fun, do what you gotta do. But to get y'all there, you definitely need us rampers. You know what I mean? That's why it's ramp lights. You know what I'm saying? I believe I started it, but it is what it is. People see the name, they run with it. But you know, it is love. It's love out here. You know what I mean? And you're trying to build the credit, but life is life, man. Move on. We're gonna do it. We're gonna start it. Or we can call this the holding pattern. That's corny. But I think it's gonna be a nice show. We're gonna have people calling in from Boston. We're gonna have people calling in from Chicago. We're gonna have people calling in from LA. You know what I mean? I got people all over. So, you know what I mean? They show come and answer some questions, talk about certain things, whatever they feel like. And this is our room, if you want to say. This is our safe space to talk about what we talk about. Sit back, relax, chill. You know what I mean? Chop it up before the next flight hits the ground, and then we got to move over. So we're gonna keep it popping. We're gonna keep it interesting. It's gonna be a lot of little things, little jewels. We go over some things real quick that happened that you probably could prevent by listening to us, or or just asking questions. So always remember, you gotta understand that everybody learns differently. So out there on the ground, so there is no stupid questions. People learn different, like I said, and you know everybody gotta be safe. That's our number one goal. You know what I mean? We're trying to come home. We got there in one piece. We're trying to get back home in one piece. And we all know that serious things can happen. And just us being aware of each other while we're working, looking out for each other, that's the key. To keep each other safe. And I'm sure we have a lot of stories on near missions. You know what I mean? But it's just one big family out there. You know what I mean? From the pilots, from the attendants, from the cleaners, from the ticket agents. You know what I mean? Below wing, you already know. Everybody, and security guards, everybody. It's one big family. It's our own little ecosystem. And, we think it's a big ass place, but you already know it's a small motherfucker. So everybody moves differently out there. One man could be a GM at a job and part time at American. You know what I mean? Just to get the flight benefits. But you know what I mean? That's the beautiful thing about the place. No matter what you do, who you are. You know what I mean? You never know. Connections is the key. That's all it is, though. So, like I said again, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this up or just take it down or whatever. You know, what I mean, people not really gonna even worry about it. They're not gonna worry about it because you're gonna see me testing and everything. That's why I think I take it down. But I think the audio is somewhat. I might have to work on it a little bit. I'm that guy. That I want it to be crisp. right. So I'm not worried about it too tough though. Let's get the voice how we're gonna get it out there. So that's what it is. I think it's my voice got too much bass or something. But I just wanted it nice and clear for you guys though. You know what I mean? So you can hear every word and everything. So we're gonna have fun with this, man. I'll bring some photographers up, some people who's watching these flights out there, planes and everything like that, and gain knowledge. Because never too young, never too old to gain some knowledge. And definitely, I don't have everything of it. I can just show you the experience on the ramp. But they're gonna have some. I can bring some technicians. I can bring all type of people up there to have some fun. Get some knowledge, and we'll put it out there. It's gonna be once a week. Let it promote during the week. Let y'all know what's the itinerary, and you're more than welcome to come by, listen, go in the comments. You know what I mean? Do what it is. We're gonna keep it interesting. So it's something that we're gonna have to do. So we're gonna build it up. We're gonna make sure we have some time. I think most likely on a Sunday. You know, Sunday would be good. Get it off probably like around 3 o'clock. Some weird ass, some weird ass time. So let's see how it goes. I gotta get this right though. That's it. I might have to get back T-Mobile because the Spectrum shit, Spectrum, this shit is garbage. It's garbage. But anyway, people, it's 2:40 in the morning over here where I'm at. I'm about to get up out of here, and we'll chop it up. Oh yeah, we also do drones. So we talk about drones. I fly drones. Um, got to brush up on it. Since I got my new position and everything like that. It's just a different thing now. So we'll keep it moving. You know what I mean? Fell off on that too. So, but gotta get back on that. It's a lot of little things, but we'll get it working. You know what I mean? Got a lot of people we can get in contact with. Tell some wild stories about us out there on the ramp. You know what I mean? Got the sock by says, got everybody, man. We got everybody. Got the bomba collide. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? You got the Guyanese myself. You got Jamaican, you got Trinity. You got everybody. But this ain't we talk about the first day on the ramp experience, all types. We're just gonna have one big whole family here where we can just vibe for an hour or so. You know what I mean? And we'll keep it clean. Keep it clean. Professional. But we are professional. We are professionals. And we try to make sure that we act that way. We try to make sure we show work. So you have a nice experience flying with the airlines. So we'll see what we can do. Promote some luggage. You know what I mean? Promote some headrests. You know what I mean? But, don't worry about it, man. But we're gonna get this bag, man. We're gonna get this bag. We're gonna get this bag. Listen. So, and this is weird. For me, I don't even step outside my comfort zone with this shit. We're gonna have to do it. Pop the door at 30,000. You know what I mean? And just let it fly, baby. You know what I mean? But don't recommend doing that. But you know what I mean? I'm